under orders and off, away to a rolling start for the men's open, which sees the King of Angels lead Bobby's Ride over the first of 20 fences. Buckby Lane jumped it third. Nippy Des Mottes jumped off a detached last as they head on towards the second. Leaders grouping up with the King of Angels from Buckby Lane and then Bobby's Ride. They were followed over it by Aztec Warrior and Freeze the Flame, who's gone up to be prominent as they jump the third. Bobby's Ride settled back in 5th place now and losing further positions as they go into the turn. So it's the King of Angels with Aztec Warrior moving up into 2nd on the outside of Freeze the Flame as they round the turn. Buckby Lane runs a close 4th, and then it's Flashy Boy, Bobby's Ride, RTA and Farmer Frank, and sat some 8 lengths behind the rest is Nippy Des Mottes. Heading on towards fence number 4, the King of Angels from Aztec Warrior, and then Buckby Lane jumped at a close 3rd in front of Freeze the Flame. Farmer Frank jumped past a couple of his rivals there. Bobby's Ride and Flashy Boy. RTA's last of the main body, and still sat 10 lengths behind the rest is Nippy Des Mottes at the 5th. And it was the King of Angels who landed just in front on the inside of Aztec Warrior. And then just a length back to Buckby Lane and Freeze the Flame from Flashy Boy, Farmer Frank and Bobby's Ride. RTA is next, and Nippy Des Mottes still sat well out of his ground as they jumped the first up the straight, where the lead changed hands and Aztec Warrior jumped past the pace setting the King of Angels. Buckby Lane going up between the two with Freeze the Flame. Close behind them on the inside is Flashy Boy. They're being chased by Farmer Frank, who's held up in front of Bobby's Ride and RTA, and there's some 12 lengths to Nippy Des Mottes. So going on towards the open ditch on the first occasion, and out wide on the racecourse it's Aztec Warrior and George Henderson showing just in front from the King of Angels. Freeze the Flame between runners. Leading group all safely out over the ditch. Nippy Des Mottes seems to be losing further ground on the field. Isn't being urged just yet as they turn at the completion of the first circuit. And as they do so, it's Freeze the Flame who's come through between runners to go on the approach to the 8th. From Aztec Warrior on the outside of the King of Angels. Buckby Lane jumping up to join the leading trio. Couple of lengths then to Flashy Boy and Farmer Frank. And then a gap of 4 lengths to RTA in company with Bobby's Ride as they jump the middle one in the back straight, where Buckby Lane came through to lead. Nippy Des Mottes is jumping deliberately and becoming tailed off now as they go to the last on the far side. Buckby Lane from Freeze the Flame a length down, a length to Aztec Warrior, and then a couple of lengths to the King of Angels, who's been shuffled back to 4th, a length and a half in front of Farmer Frank, a half length to Flashy Boy, and then there's 2.5 lengths to Bobby's Ride, and RTA's 2 lengths back, and Nippy Des Mottes still trails the field by at least 12 lengths. The next they jump will be fence number 11. As they go to it, Buckby Lane on the inside of Freeze the Flame, chased by Aztec Warrior, the King of Angels and Farmer Frank. Good jump from Buckby Lane, out jumped Freeze the Flame. Nippy Des Mottes is just beginning to take slightly closer order. Still a detached last, but only 8 lengths behind RTA, who's still last of the main body as they come to jump the 12th. Buckby Lane, Freeze the Flame, Flashy Boy taking closer order, jumped up into about 2 lengths 3rd at the 12th in front of the wide racing Aztec Warrior, the King of Angels close behind, couple of lengths to Farmer Frank, and then Bobby's Ride. RTA's beginning to lose touch now as they take the 13th. And it was Buckby Lane from Freeze the Flame, Flashy Boy, on whom Wilkins has been hard at work for quite some way. Next in the field is the King of Angels, but Aztec Warrior out of trouble in front of Farmer Frank and Bobby's Ride. And then there's 7 lengths to RTA, and Nippy Des Mottes is getting into touch. He's only a length behind RTA. So on the approach to the 14th, it's Buckby Lane from Freeze the Flame, Aztec Warrior, Flashy Boy, the King of Angels, Farmer Frank and Bobby's Ride. And Nippy Des Mottes is about to relegate RTA to be last of all. At the final open ditch, the 14th, Buckby Lane rises in front of Freeze the Flame. They're all across it. Nippy Des Mottes still last. as they prepare to turn down the back straight for the final time. Led by Buckby Lane from Flashy Boy and Aztec Warrior, who've gone past Freeze the Flame. Aztec Warrior through into second place as they turn down the back. Flashy Boy 2 lengths third and hard driven. And then a half a length to Freeze the Flame, a length to Farmer Frank. And then a half length to Bobby's Ride and 3 lengths to the King of Angels. Then 3 more lengths to Nippity Mott and 8 lengths to RTA. Over the middle one in the back straight, Buckby Lane from Aztec Warrior. And then Flashy Boy all out over that one safely, with RTA now tailing off as they go towards the last on the far side. Buckby Lane stretching them, 3 lengths in front of Aztec Warrior, a length to Freeze the Flame, who's ridden, half a length to Farmer Frank, who goes fourth, a length in front of Flashy Boy. The King of Angels is being driven up to stage a rally. Nippity Mott is starting to overtake rivals along with Bobby's Ride. Flashy Boy has dropped out of contention. Going to 3 out, it's Buckby Lane pursued by Aztec Warrior. After those races, Farmer Frank on the wide outside. The King of Angels under Richard Honeysett has come right back at the leaders, had every chance going over 3 out, where Freeze the Flame has weakened. Nippity Mott jumped 3 out in 6th place. Bobby's Ride has weakened along with Flashy Boy. Coming to the second last, it's Buckby Lane with the King of Angels and Farmer Frank breathing down his neck. Now 5 lengths to Aztec Warriors. They jump the second last. Buckby Lane by a length from Farmer Frank. The King of Angels beginning to drop back again in third. At the other end of the field, Bobby's Ride and Flashy Boy have been pulled up. Looks as though RTA likewise. The final fence approaching for Buckby Lane, who rather dived at it, and Farmer Frank has drawn level halfway up the run-in. The King of Angels is third, and then comes Aztec Warrior as they battle up the run-in. It's Farmer Frank gaining the advantage close home. Farmer Frank has won the Men's Open by 3 parts of a length from the gallant Buckby Lane. They finished clear of Aztec Warrior and the King of Angels, who in turn were clear of Nippity Mott and Freeze the Flame.